Have the Steelers lost their way? Big Deke News. The question on whether the Steelers have lost their way has really started to pick up ever since Minka Fitzpatrick, in his Patriots postgame interview, called out some teammates for taking the black and gold for granted.
In order to see fruit, you got to toil for it. I think too many people don't want to toil for it. They just want to walk out here and think that they're going to make plays and think that they're going to perform at a high level. I think we need to have more people that want to work for it and not expect it to be handed to them, because this is the NFL. Nothing's handed to you. You got to earn everything. And I think that, dudes just think that because they're wearing the black and gold that they're going to win games. And I think we need to check their mentality and make people realize that they got to earn that mentality, and they got to earn every single blade of grass, and every single splash play, and every single rep that they get out there. They got to earn it.
And since then, we've had some former Steeler greats comment on what they're seeing out there, and also wonder if the Steeler tradition is being held up. Here's Big Ben on his podcast.
What's our issue? And I don't know the issue, but it feels like it's a bigger thing than just one specific thing. I don't know that I can point to one thing and be like, here it is. Because if you could say, here it is, then you could fix this thing. But it's just they're in a bad place right now. And then you got guys, your leaders like Minka after the game talking about, hey, can't just show up. Well, it seems like something that I said and got, one of the leaders on the team kind of got on me for saying that I felt that certain guys on the team aren't in it for the team, they're in it for themselves. Well, now some of the guys on the team are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
So maybe I wasn't too far off when I said that. But
like a little football
I know
prophet.
that I'm retired. I just don't, I'm not in the locker room. I get it. But it just feels like that. It just feels like that's something that's kind of been lost on this team a little bit. It feels like the Steeler way is just not. Listen, you've got some great leaders on defense. Don't get me wrong. Cam and TJ and Minka, but you've got two sides of a football.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
a team.
Who is that guy? Who is that guy? If it's not the quarterback, because obviously that is just it's a variable right now.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
You don't have it on offense. I mean, you can bring a veteran football player in. Okay, Mason Cole, Isaac. I mean, you could bring guys in that are veterans, but they're not. Just because they're a veteran football player doesn't mean that they're a Steeler. Like, they know what it is to be a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Even AB, Mr. Big Chest, chimed in on Twitter Spaces.
For me, I feel like the Steelers was the best when they had Ryan Clark and the guys super tight on defense. Yeah. I feel like we need more unity with Steelers players. I feel like it's not enough unity from, like, the players to the media. You know what I mean? I think Steelers, if they're going to be the blue-collar foundation, championship culture, what they have been, which they still are, I think it's need the people that make the culture, from the players to the staff to the media to everyone that's a part in it. Like, if the team want to win, they need everybody on the same accord. And it's just like 1 week we bashing the quarterbacks, 1 week we bashing the receivers. You know what I mean? What I mean? It's just a lot of little stuff that add up that don't emanate to winning. So I think we just need to, get that camaraderie back. And, I feel like everyone knew that we needed a better offense. Even the fans, people who don't even know about football, knew that our offense was trash.
Exactly.
So we waited like 6 weeks in just to change the offense up.
And then finally, here's Ryan Clark on the Pat McAfee Show, giving his 2 cents.
0 people care about the Steeler way. 0 people. And you know what was the cool thing about our building was...
0? You just said there's 53 on our roster, right?
TJ and Minka and Cam. We'll give them 3. Let's go 3.
Yeah, so when I say 0, I don't necessarily mean it literally. But you heard Minka Fitzpatrick say that there are people in that locker room that think just wearing those colors entitles you to wins. And it doesn't. You can't will wins in the league. And when a guy comes out after only 2 losses that says, like, people need to approach it different, they need to work different, that's because he's seen things around that locker room, around that practice field, in those meeting rooms, that doesn't lead him to believe everybody's putting their hand in the pile the same way.
I agree. Something has been off. The Steelers have lost something, and it just hasn't been those back-to-back games against 2-win teams. But something more is at play here. Something is definitely off from a culture standpoint. But at the same time, we do have 4 games remaining for the rest of the season. And we are still the 6th seed in the playoffs. So as much as we want to talk about the negativity and the Steelers losing their way, they do also have a chance to find it. Because again, yeah, something is off. And those video clips that I showed you guys, Minka calling out the guys in the locker room, Steeler legends like Ben, A.B., and Ryan Clark wondering if the Steeler traditions of old have faded. Like, those are all legit valid cases, legit valid criticisms. But at the same time, we do have 4 games still to see how everything plays out. Because I hate to use the 05 example again, but what do you think people were saying at the time? We're sitting at 7-5 and we got to win out the rest of the games just to make the playoffs as the 6th seed. I'm sure there were people back then questioning if the Steeler way was lost, wondering if Bill Cowher still had it, if he lost his fastball, if it would be better for us to move on. So we have that same opportunity here in-house, and I'll even use a more recent example. Wasn't there a year, 2015, 2016, where we went like 4-5 or 4-6 to start the season off, and then we rattled like 7 or 8 games off for the end of the season? Like, I'm sure at that time, it was after that Cowboys loss to like rookie Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott. It was after that point, we went for like a 7 or 8 game winning streak. I'm sure many wondered, was the Steeler way lost? I think ultimately, the Steeler way is winning games.
You're absolutely right. Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing.
And we have that opportunity to win 4 of them right in front of us. So this is that fork in the road to see who we do got in-house. Do we have dogs, or do we have players that are going to fold? Because that's also something as well. When adversity's hitting, when things aren't looking good, how do you respond? And if we can go on a little bit of a run right here, then we see that we have those type of Steeler players in the locker room. If not, then yeah, we do have to have some of these serious conversations in the offseason. But right now, yes, we have lost our way, but we also still have an opportunity to find it because we still have 4 more weeks in 2023. Let me know what you guys think, though, down in the comments. Have the Steelers lost their way, and what does that exactly mean? What are your solutions? What is your outlook for the rest of 2023 for these final 4 weeks? But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will be on Bleach Report at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. I'm going to be doing a live show previewing this Steelers and Colts matchup. So if you guys want to stop through, give some of your takes, give some of your predictions, I'll be over there. I'll drop the link in the comments. But stay chilling and peace.